In the vibrant town of Umuahia, one man's obsession with curvy women turned into a series of embarrassing accidents and finally a deadly mistake. Oh Chijioke, you were warned, you refused to listen. My viewers, don't be like Chijioke. This story will teach you how to avoid some situations that can lead you into serious problems, especially where women are concerned. Chijioke was charming, confident and popular with the ladies, but behind the smiles and laughter was a warning he refused to heed. The village seer, Mama Nneka, had seen his fate and tried to warn him, but he did not listen. This is the unbelievable true life inspired tale of how a man's love for Ikebe led him, quite literally, into a bottomless fall. You want to know what Ikebe is? It is the bum or the buttocks of a woman, usually large and big, from his community and tribe where he comes from. In the bustling town of Umuahia, there lived a man named Chijioke. He was a handsome fellow with an infectious smile and charm that drew people to him. However, he had one flaw that became his undoing: an insatiable infatuation with women, particularly those blessed with curvy figures known affectionately in his village as Ikebe. Chijioke's obsession was so profound that it blinded him to the dangers around him. His friends often warned him, especially after the seer Mama Nneka cautioned him about his appetite. Beware of Ikebe, my son. It holds more danger than beauty, she had said, her voice deep and grave, but Chijioke laughed off her warning, by thinking he could never be harmed by mere distractions. It began with his first incident, a disastrous fall into a large pot of water at a festival where he had been captivated by a woman's swaying hips. As he turned to follow her, he lost his footing, plunging into the pot, much to the laughter of onlookers. But his friends observed what happened and cautioned him. But he made light of the situation, saying that such things happen. They shouldn't take it seriously. The second time, his gaze was caught by a striking, beautiful lady selling her fruits on the roadside. As he admired her, he stumbled into an open gutter, splashing fruits and water all over himself. His friends teased him relentlessly, yet he brushed it off, claiming it was just a minor mishap. Chijioke's luck continued to ruin, but the third incident occurred when he was so engrossed looking at a lady's beauty that he dashed across the street without looking, colliding with a taxi. The driver, furious yet amused, shouted at him, while Chijioke sheepishly picked himself up, realizing his folly. Then came the fourth incident. While strolling through the market, he found himself entranced and enchanted by a woman selling raw eggs. In his attempt to get closer, he bumped into her cart, sending eggs flying in every direction. The vendor, furious, shouted, through the market, but Chijioke only smiled sheepishly. Undeterred, the warning continued, but Chijioke was unrepentant. He thought he was invisible, that no curse could touch him. Mama Nneka didn't know what she was saying, that he is exempted from such curses, no matter how powerful she thought her predictions were. The warnings continued, but Chijioke didn't change. Then came the fateful day when he saw her, the most captivating Ikebe he had ever laid eyes on. She stood under the shade of a tree. Her laughter was like music in the air. As he walked, watching her with all of his heart racing with excitement, without watching, without looking at the road, without being careful of the road he was walking on. He followed her, and as he was watching her, then in front, he saw a woman bending down and fetching water from the well. With one last glance at the beauty and a full glance at the woman who was fetching the water from the well with her big Ikebe shooting in the air, he felt within his heart that this was massive and huge. Whoa, he thought within himself. Without looking further, he didn't know that there was a well in front of him. And so he found himself deep into the well. He fell into the deep well. People ran to him and they were shocked. He wondered and exclaimed, "How do I survive this?" Ah, that was how people came. His friends came, but unfortunately, the rescue could not save his life. He died in the pit. With one last glance at the beauty before him, he was plunged into the darkness of the well, a deep pit that swallowed him whole. The townsfolk rushed to help him, thinking in horror that this man had lost his life due to this his behavior, which he had been warned severally to abstain from. That was how Chijioke ended. "Not again," someone shouted, remembering the seer's warning, but it was too late. Chijioke was gone, lost to his obsession, just as Mama Nneka had foretold. As they gathered round the well, whispers filled the air. "It's the fifth time." Oh, he didn't listen. He didn't learn. He was not careful. He was warned. The tragedy of Chijioke became a cautionary tale for the village, a story of beauty that masked danger, and a man who could not escape his fate. In the days that followed, the townspeople would often look to the well, a reminder of the risk of desire and distraction. The woman Chijioke had admired was now like a ghost. Nobody knew or considered her in the issues. They were too engrossed at the bitter experience, the event that just happened. Their Chijioke was not really a bad man, just that he was into women uncontrollably. Now, he lost his life through his careless and foolish cravings. And as they recounted the tale of Chijioke, the wisdom of Mama Nneka, who had seen it all before, came to the fore. Like a siren's call, it reminded everyone to be careful of women. This story is quite intriguing and emotional. It captures the essence of caution against unchecked desires. They say desire, when unchecked, becomes a storm that sweeps away wisdom. Chijioke's laughed Chijioke's issues. Chijioke's tale serves as a warning. And what happens when we mock caution and follow beauty? As the villagers gathered at the well, silence fell, not just for a man who died, but for a lesson finally understood. Mama Nneka the seer stood quietly, her eyes fixed on the rippling water. Some falls, she whispered, are deeper than the well and could have been avoided. I tried to warn him. I tried to save his life, but he wouldn't listen. After all, who is Mama Nneka? From that day, the well was sealed, and Chijioke's name became a proverb in Umuahia. Not just a man who chased Ikebe, but a man who lost himself chasing what was never meant to be caught. Moral: when a man cannot look away, sometimes the grave. When a man cannot look away, sometimes is the grave that looks back. Here are some thoughtful moral lessons that you should look at. Unchecked desire can lead to destruction. When passion controls reason, consequences follow. Chijioke's obsession blinded him until it cost him his life. 2. Heed warnings before it's too late. Life gives us signs and wise people listen. Chijioke was warned multiple times, but he chose to ignore the voice of wisdom. Number 3, what attracts you can also destroy you. Beauty can be powerful, but without discipline, it becomes a trap. Number 4, distraction is dangerous. When you are too focused on what you want, you may lose sight of what's ahead and fall into a well. Number 5, self-control is strength. The ability to resist temptation is a mark of maturity. Chijioke lacked it, and that weakness proved fatal. Number 7, don't make a joke of destiny. Mama Nneka's prophecy wasn't entertainment. When we mock spiritual guidance, we gamble with our lives. Curiosity and lust are not the same. Chijioke's story becomes a proverb in the village because every tragedy should teach the living. Lessons that should be abided to. Did you enjoy this story? Then don't just go. Grow with us. Subscribe to our channel at African-Tale, African Folktale with a baby. Like the video if Chijioke's story taught you a lesson. Drop a comment. What would you have done if you were to be in his shoes? That was before the fall in the well, of course. And don't forget to share this story with friends and family. Let them laugh, learn, and remember that sometimes the fall isn't about the ground. It's about what you refuse to let go of. In our channel, we share tales that teach us lessons to make us avoid falls that we can avoid if we know. Where culture meets caution, every tale has a truth. This one is a truth. Young men, Listen and listen well. There is nothing wrong with admiring beauty. But when you let beauty blind you, it can lead you down a path of shame or even death. Chijioke was full of life, talent, and charm, but he allowed his obsession with outward appearance to bury the voice of reason until it buried him. Don't be like Chijioke. Learn to control your eyes before your eyes control your life, because there are so many things you will see and admire, but not all are good for you. Value wisdom over lust, for what's attractive may not always be good for you. Heed counsel. When elders or true friends advise you, listen. Respect women, but don't reduce them to body parts. Focus on your purpose, your growth, and your future. The right woman will come at the right time. And if you have a right woman ready by your side, love and cherish her and make her proud of you. My viewers, you are king. You are special. Don't let a moment of temptation cost you a lifetime of greatness. Thank you for watching my story today. If you've not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. I want to get to 1 million subscribers, and I know you watching this story will help me get to that point. I am grateful for you watching this story. Remain blessed, and I pray you do not fall into a temptation that will be dangerous to your life. Thank you for watching. Watch other of my stories. I have interesting stories that you will love. Thank you, and God bless.